Right, we've been looking forward to this. The CIES Football Observatory has created a list of 100 players with the top estimated transfer values in football. You can see the top 10 behind us. No Kylian Mbappe, we'll get to that in a moment. But we've picked out some main talking points. And the first one, Harriet, is the fact that Jude Bellingham is apparently the highest valued player in the world.
I mean, is anyone surprised?
No.
He's just been in ridiculous form. He makes his big money move to Real Madrid, and I don't think there were actually many doubts or question marks over whether he'd be able to deal with that and be able to hit the heights. But I don't think many people expected him to do just as well as he has. 17 goals, 6 assists in 24 games across all competitions. His estimated transfer value in this is €267.5 million. Obviously, there's a lot of contributing factors into this. The fact that he is still only 20, which is scary as well. It feels like he's got so much room and potential to grow. The fact that he signed a 6-year deal, so he's got a long time left in his contract, and another club would have to buy him out of that. But yeah, top scorer in the Liga so far. Can you get a much better debut season? Probably not. The next one below him is €50 million below, and that's Erling Haaland. Just speaks to the fact that he is really just the player on fire at the moment, the player everyone's talking about, and deservedly so, such a talent.
I think what you just said there about his age, it's actually scary that he's 20 years old. He's gone to Madrid, so much pressure on him. Obviously, we as fans from England hoped that he'd settled, and he's not only settled, it feels like the Bernabeu and Madrid fans dance to his tune. And for a guy to do that at his age, the last person I saw do that was someone like Zidane. So he's obviously got a long way to go to reach those heights, but also just the footballer that he's become. He's so well-rounded. Previously, he was someone who could travel towards the final third. Now he's in the final third, scoring headers, left-footed volleys. It's ridiculous. His development is so quick, it's scary.
And at Real Madrid, to make players around you better, it's just, you're coming in at that age and with that much pressure, and you're making everyone around you better. It's just incredible.
He, of course, plays in La Liga, but 51 of the top 100 players in this list, Nabeed, are actually based in the Premier League. Yeah,
it's not too surprising. I was looking at the spend, because I think that's effectively what it comes down to. And in the last summer, the Premier League club spent £2.4 billion, which is an extortionate amount of money. For context, you'd probably argue La Liga's maybe the second best division at the moment, especially has been this season. They spent just over 450 million. So it's almost uncomparable in a lot of ways. It's very telling that there's a lot of players playing in the Premier League that are in that list. It obviously means that the Premier League is still the most competitive league, still does feature the best players. But I think it's also equally telling that the number one player is in La Liga. And that is quite a trend. If you think back over the years, the Premier League will always have number 7, number 3, number 4.
But not the best.
The best always happens to be in La Liga.
Yeah.
I was just trying to work out who that one player playing in Brazil is, but I actually can't find them. I'm going to find them. All right. But someone who isn't on this top 10, in fact, he's in 27th, Olivia, is Kylian Mbappe, which I assume is down to the fact that he's in the last 6 months of his contract.
Yeah, I think any other time in his career, he will be on that list. And I think as soon as he signs that next contract, he'll be very, very high on that list. Of course, he is out of contract in the summer. We don't know where he's going to go. It feels like it's just the transfer saga that's been going on forever. And I think everyone just wants to get it done now. It was rumoured that obviously Real Madrid were the most likely, but they shut the reports. They shut those reports down. But yeah, 25 years old, 183 goals and 60 assists in 194 starts in his club career.
You could not speak of that, could you?
No, as soon as I heard that, I was like, I know Mbappe's good and I know he's a goal-scoring machine, but 183 goals in 194 starts. That is outrageous. I'm actually very much looking forward to seeing where he goes in the summer, and I'm sure he'll carry that on. And I guarantee if we looked at this in the summer after he signed, he'll probably be in the top 5, I would say.
I still can't find the...
I found him.
You didn't listen to a word I said there, Tom,
no,
did you?
Nabeed's got it.
I found him. Endrick Felipe at Palmeiras.
Oh, he's going to Real Madrid.
He's going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Good one. OK, Endrick, yeah, he's certainly one to look out for. Well done, Nabeed.
We're going to have to stop the show there.
That means none of us are actually listening to Olivia.
Thanks, Ariel.
I'm sure you made some really good points. In terms of the most represented team in the top 100, it's Manchester City for the Premier League. But the second one is Arsenal. What does that say about their recruitment?
Well, yeah, Arsenal have got 3 players in the top 11, Saka, Odegaard and Martinelli as well. Saka just 22, Odegaard 25. I think they get their recruitment right, but also, as you can see with some of the players here, they really harness talent in their academy, and I think they've got a manager in Mikel Arteta who gives opportunities to young players, who harnesses talent, who helps talent come along. Saka's just, incredible, and I'm not surprised he's on that list. But there is a little surprise in there for Arsenal, and that's the fact that the joint first in terms of goalkeepers ranked is Ramsdale. So joint first in terms of goalkeepers on that list, but he's not even the #1 goalkeeper for Arsenal at the moment. And I think that they'll kind of be happy in a weird way to see that, because he's retaining his value. And I do feel like even if he doesn't play much over the next few months, in summer he still will be able to get a big move away for a lot of money, because he's had so much experience at a Premier League level. But I just still can't believe that Ramsdale, a goalkeeper of that level, is sitting on the bench.
Yeah, he's valued, according to this, at £60 million. And in terms of goalkeepers, he's first equal with Donnarumma and Kerbal at Borussia Dortmund. Donnarumma, of course, at Paris Saint-Germain. Right, Nabeed, a player has stood out to you on this list, a striker in the Premier League.
Number 19, Darwin Núñez. I have been desperate to sit here and talk about Darwin Núñez. He's the most misunderstood footballer I think I've seen in the Premier League, where the idea of Núñez is that he's erratic, etc., which I don't disagree with.
Yeah.
Hear me out, Liv.
Okay.
But
We've all got things to say.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say is his job in the team is to create goals or score goals effectively. I think Bruno Fernandes and the licence you allow him to play passes from 50, 60 yards away. Obviously, Darwin's right in front of goal and you see everything by sort of a microscope, and you know every little detail that he's doing right or wrong. But this season he's got 11 goals and assists in 19 games. If you offered that to me at the start of the season from Darwin Núñez at this point, I would bite your hand off.
Yes, you would, but having seen the chances he's missed, would you still bite your hand off? Because those numbers could have been doubled.
I'm encouraged by the fact that he's in. Like we spoke about, the Timo Werner comparison often gets made about Darwin Núñez, and I do hear the argument a little bit. But one thing I would say is Darwin Núñez seems to get himself in situations by himself a lot of the time.
I've never seen someone be so composed, but so not composed. Like, sometimes he has the composure of Lionel Messi. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And other times he's got absolutely zero composure.
What I do want to add about Darwin Núñez is the fact that a lot of people will look at his goal-scoring statistics and take them kind of on their own, but that doesn't give a rounded view of what else he does. He comes on the other night in the game against Fulham. Liverpool are struggling to find that kind of cutting edge. Núñez and Gakpo both come on and the game changes. It's like a light switch genuinely comes on in the team, and I think sometimes you can look at Darwin Núñez and the big chances that he missed, the fact that he does find himself offside a lot, but you don't actually look at his rounded game, the fact that he does have that creativity, he's got so much pace. He just causes a problem. Even if he's not finishing the chances, defenders find him so hard to deal with because he's so unpredictable. I mean, I watch him, he was on a free kick and I was like, anything could happen.
Yeah.
That's the kind of player he is. He is so unpredictable. But Cody Gakpo scores the goal. Núñez gets the assist. Everyone in the stadium is singing Núñez's name. He's not even scored. Gakpo must be like, what am I doing here? I've just scored the goal. He is so loved and appreciated by Liverpool fans, and I think that is because there is so much more to his game that people may be looking just at stats or clips or whatever don't see that he provides.
I think he's so hard to defend against because he hasn't got a clue what he's going to do. So how is a defender meant to know what Darwin's going to do if Darwin hasn't got a clue what
it's all up here.
It's so funny. And we spoke about it earlier. That the goal against Bournemouth, away at Bournemouth in the league, just summed him up to perfection because the ball gets fizzed into him and he lets the ball go under his foot. It nearly goes out for a throw-in. So everyone's like, hey, and then he comes back in and just whips it in the top corner. I've never seen a player like we mentioned the links to Timo, and I think they're similar in a way, but also not. But I've just never seen a player that sometimes is absolutely brilliant. Like the 2 goals against Newcastle are out of this world.
He's best when he's on instinct, I think.
Yeah, like when he's got time and time to think about it, he just turns into... I think it's hilarious and I love watching him play.
Well, he's valued at 101.1 million according to this. And Olivia, we've just got time quickly. I know you'll be happy about this. There's a Chelsea player who cost £45 million only 6 months ago, and he's now valued at £90.2 million.
Am I allowed to call him Cold Palmer?
You can. It's whatever you like.
He signed a 7-year contract with an option of a further year in the summer. And if I was Chelsea, I'd be activating that that year right now. He's led that Chelsea attack by example. 9 Premier League goals, 7 assists this season. And I think the owners and sporting directors at Chelsea have come into a lot of criticism, but that is one transfer they deserve so much credit for. It came out of nowhere. Chelsea paid about £45 million for him. People saying, why have you done that? And he has been one of the signings of the summer. And right now, we're talking about estimated value. You know, he's higher than Declan Rice and William Saliba as well. So, you know, he's been one of not just Chelsea's signing of the summer, he's been one of the signings of the summer. Yeah, he's been brilliant.
According to this list, Declan Rice's value's actually gone down since he signed, which is a bit of a surprise. Right.